Welcome to In My Bag with Backpack Jeff, where we connect with ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And today, man, I got a super special guest, man. This is the first guy that ever believed in my poetry career when I came down to the DMV, man. Ladies and gentlemen, E Baby, what's going on, bro?
What's up, fam?
How
What's
you
going
doing,
on? Man, I'm loving this, bro. I done podcasts with this one camera, but it's three of them. So, which one mine? Or which,
This one's
that's
gonna be
me.
your. So when you making
Are
a
we
point,
sharing that? Okay.
when you making a point, hit right there.
Hit
You know what I'm
that
saying?
one.
Talk right there.
All
So
right.
so I'm gonna give you the clip of that one.
With the middle one, that's
That's
both
of us, yeah.
And that's you right
Yeah,
there.
and that
hey,
was
y'all,
me.
it's professional up in here. I'm
Listen,
loving
man,
this. I'm loving
professionalism, man. Listen, we was talking about before we even sat down, man. People going out looking for spaces, man. Create your own, man.
it. And he did it. He did it. I'm looking at the cameras. It's an executive producer on the side pushing buttons. This is legit. It's not just one person. Hey, I'm loving it. It's more than what I saw. Look, yeah, it's more than what I saw.
Yeah.
Matter of
You
fact,
know
I'm
what's-
looking right down the middle. Nah, I'm just playing around. But no, this is fun. This is what's
You can
up.
cuss on it, man. It's all good.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We
shit,
can
then-
have some fun.
Then cool. I can just let
Yeah,
go. It's kind of hard being high and not cursing, so I can just let this out there and back. Whoa, what's up, y'all?
Yeah, we gonna put all of the edits out there, man. So look, man, E Baby is like when you mention poetry in the DMV area, man, the first name that you have to mention is Eric E Baby, man.
Wow.
And the reason being is because, bruh, there are not many poets that I know in this area that are respected as you are and that have been doing it as long as you have been doing it, man. I know this is a little weird for you getting your flowers and stuff. When you humble, it's weird to hear other people compliment you, you know what I'm saying, and give you all of these props, man, because we see the stuff that you've been doing. But man, today is the day, you know, we got to give you your flowers, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
Because
thank
like
you.
I said, yo, you're one of those people, man, who is super respected on every level in the poetry game. With the millennials, with the older heads and stuff like that, man. You're one of those people, man, who just brings light, you know, to poetry. The hottest open mic at Bus Boys and Poets, man. Every fourth Thursday, you want to be at Bus Boys and Poets Hyattsville. I'm telling you, them tickets sell out so quick.
It's
like,
crazy.
jeez, man. How long you been doing poetry, E?
Poetry, of course, since I was young, but professionally, let's say started '97. This is so we about to hit 25 years.
About to hit 25 years.
Yeah, when I just took it to the people and to the stage.
How did E Baby get into poetry?
Wow. I stumbled into it. I used
Okay.
to love to write as a kid, but I never liked people to read my stuff. I even remember that to this day. I didn't like people to read it, and even my mom. So what she would do was this is back in the day, y'all. I'm 52, so we talking like the 70s when she gave me an envelope, a stamp, and I would mail it to the house. But I didn't understand the mail system as a kid, and it would just show up, and she would read it then off to the side. But me wanting to write poetry, and she kept me going. And then later on, I saw that she read it. But the professional part came listening to PGC one night, WPGC in the DMV area. For those who know DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. They had a Thursday night poetry cafe. Sitting around with the fellas, 9 to 10, they was partying, jamming. And right at 10 o'clock, poetry came on. Just sat there and started listening, and the first brother that I heard was Twisting Words, and I always give him his props every time. He was the one that woke up the poet in me just by being the first one that they selected. Kept listening, called in. I remember the first time I called in, she turned me down, Justine Love. She said, "You're reading it." She said, "I want you to memorize it." She said, "It's going to be completely different." And I'm thinking, oh, okay, we'll see.
Right.
That whole week, I had the poem down, came back, and when I spit it, it was completely different.
Why
And
do you
that-
think
that
it was
started.
different? Why is reading it different than memorizing it? What is it about memorizing your poem that's so different or so special?
If I can sing my favorite artist song, and when you sing your favorite artist song, you went to it, boom, boom, boom. If I can put that same love into somebody else's work, memorizing it,
Right.
listening to it over in the radio, and you get it down, and you boom, boom, that same love that you're going to put out in your own work, memorized. Now, true reading it, but the cadence was different.
Right.
That reading cadence was different. And when I had it, I felt good, and I felt like I knew my own stuff. So that made it different. And she, kept me coming back, and PGC helped my poetry career. They started with putting me on stage with a lot of people, but we'll get into that later.
That's amazing, man. So tell me this. A lot of people ask me all the time, how do you remember your poems? You got all of those poems in your mind. How do you remember? What's your process for remembering them? And I'll tell you how I do mine. What's your process?
Just like I said, when it comes to the radio, you constantly hear it. I speak it into my phone, put my headphones on, and listen to it over and over and over and over, just like if I put my favorite artist's work in and listen to it over and over. I do the same thing as I do to them as I do for myself. So, yeah, I spit the poem down the way I want it to be, that cadence and everything, it feels good. Put the headphones on and memorize my work.
Memorize the word. I like that, man. So the way that I do it is a lot of my poems are stories, and they go from A to Z.
Right.
And if I remember the story, that's all I have to do. Like I don't have to remember the poem. I just got to remember the story.
Good call.
The poem will tell itself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I wrote it. So as long as I know how I'm getting from phase 1 to phase 10, each one of these is a specific story, and the ending of each letter, if you will, walks me into the next letter. So the ending of A walks me into B. The ending of B walks me into C. So I just remember the story. So for me, that's the way that I remember mine. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I know when I started acting, and when I'm trying to learn a scene, I will look for parts in there or break it down to into blocks, and then put the story together, and it flows together. I like how you do that. I haven't tried it with my own poetry. I do it with other people's work though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that, man. But so getting into poetry, you said you're a professional when it comes to poetry, man. Talk to me about what a professional poet is, because there's a lot of poets out here.
Right.
How do you do poetry professionally? Like, how do you make this into a lifestyle?
Whew. First of all, make sure you have the finances there, because in the beginning, like any business, you're going to take some losses. So in order to be professional to it, memorization helps, because it's how the crowd sees you. It doesn't make you a better poet. I've seen poets get on stage and read a poem off paper and it rocks it, but just to how the crowd sees it and the person that's bringing you in. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. The knowing the business side, your worth, when you go out there, you want to start featuring, you have to impress. You have to impress people. Like he said, when he first came out, he rocked the mic, ripped it, and right then and there, I knew this brother could handle the stage. So here's your opportunity, and go from there. It's the man, that business side, it's a monster. There's so much to it that's running in my head right now that I want to say. But I guess to get yourself professionally, know your work. Mm-hmm. Know an audience when you go to a spot. Sometimes you don't have a good 3 or 4 poems, because you might go in there, you may feel the vibe, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that one. And you just have to get out there. You really have to get out there. Poetry's not gonna come to you. Poetry spots don't come to you. You have to go to it. And you have to show it that you deserve to be here.
Right.
And audiences are the same thing. You might go to a spot, rip 2 poems, and they love you. Go the next night, the same 2 poems. This audience doesn't feel you. That's the professional side to it, but you can't take that personal. You just actually have to keep on going.
Let's hit more on that, man. Let's talk about the audience, because one of the things that I have a lot of conversations about, man, is being versatile. Mm-hmm. Right? It's super important to make sure that, in my opinion, I'm just gonna say in my opinion,
okay.
It's very important to make sure that you're not just one-dimensional when it comes to your poetry, right?
Right.
I'm the type of poet that I can go to your church, your barbershop, your hair salon, your hookah lounge, your corporate event, your elementary school, your middle school, your high school, your football team, your basketball team, your teachers' conference.
Yes.
I can go to any one of them and do a set and do a 30-minute set, and that joint still hit.
Yes.
Some poets can only go to your open mic.
Right.
And so
Right.
talk to me about versatility and what's some advice that you would give to poets about being versatile?
Go to an open mic not to write. I mean, not to go on the stage. Actually go to an open mic to listen. Listen what other poets are talking about. Just like he said, you can't be that one lane poet. You have to open up. You have to write poems that maybe are uncomfortable. You have to write poems that challenge yourself. That's the one thing a lot of poets don't want to challenge themselves. They feel they're already stuck in this certain lane. And that happens. You'll be a one lane poet. I have a wedding piece. I have a poem. Man, I had a poem that I had to actually stop doing because I was being invited to funerals to do it. And it's a poem where a father lost a little girl. End up happening. I ended up doing
that poem.
Dada's
Man,
Angel.
I remember I saw you perform that at Busboys and Poets, and you started crying on stage, and that poem hit me so hard because I'm a girl dad.
Right.
And I was like, yo, this joint right here, like this. I wish I would have recorded that piece because I don't even think you finished it because you were so emotional in that. And I think you did it for your mom that day.
You're exactly
right. I think
right.
your mom was there that day.
Yeah, my mom was there, but my father had passed away.
That's what it was.
His favorite poem.
That's what it was.
Because even though he knew it wasn't true, he would always cry. And yeah, he had passed away. Moms came to support, and I tried to do it. Yeah, and that was one time I just couldn't get through the poem because I was picturing him too much.
Right.
Actually feeling it again. But yeah, you have to be different. You have to be versatile. And then, just like with colleges, doing colleges, universities, you better be ready to edit yourself. Some poets don't edit themselves. Some poets feel, nah, this is the work I'm doing. I'm not going to. There are Christian schools out there that say you can come and do the same thing, just don't curse. Cool, same money.
Yeah.
But you have to be different in a lot of different ways. And just like the brother said, there are a lot of categories out there that you can come out and spit a poem and learn your pieces. Don't always do this one. You can't do a certain piece at a birthday party, but you can do it maybe over here at maybe an older person's birthday party.
Right.
You have your kids and stuff like that. Bro, you have to learn your work. You have to learn your work.
It's definitely important to make sure that you are learning your work and make sure that you are versatile, man. So tell us some of the people you have been able to connect with through poetry. I know you have a versus coming up, don't you? With who's the what's the show that you were just on with the comedian for your book?
Michael Collier?
Michael Collier, yeah.
Michael Collier.
You gonna get it?
We did it already.
You did it already? Oh, monologue versus. Yeah. What was that? How was that?
That's the acting part. That brother got me. Dada's Angel. I did Dada's Angel on his morning show, and it's his first starting main actor for a movie, the main character. Met him through his morning show, so he was coming in town. I said, look, let's hook up, I'll show you DC and everything. But I did Dada's Angel on the show, cried on him, and he thought it was real. He said, look, man, you're doing a lot of steps that actors do, and you need to get into acting. So I got into it. I'm going to Tasha Smith's acting class in Cali. It's a virtual. We're doing it virtually.
Right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And so we practiced each other's lines on the phone. One day he said, hey, man, let's take it to the show and do a monologue versus. You got it, I got it. Let's just see who does it the best. So we did the first time. I won. Came back the second time, and I won again. So now we're just going to come up with another monologue completely different. And we're just seeing whose style, affects the crowd the most. So it's it's fun.
I
It's a lot of fun.
like that, man. So are y'all gonna keep that up consistently?
Yeah, we're
Y'all
gonna keep it up consistently. Yeah, the audience seems to like it. You know,
Yeah.
we were watching the responses. The audience gets into it. They vote on who they like. You know, there's some diehard Michael Collier fans, but you know, some of them switched over. Like, sorry, Mike, he got you. He got you.
He got you. I mean, claiming
So,
2 victories, man.
yeah,
That's huge.
It's fun. It's fun. But the acting thing is getting into that. That's a lot of. It's a monster out here in the DMV area. I don't know anybody. I just started in January. I do have a slight. I don't like to say it this way because I'm too humble to pat myself on the back. But I've noticed that I'm pretty good. You have a beginner class, and I was only in there 3 months, and that's a 6-month class. They moved me up. The intermediate class, that was 2 months, and they like, nah. So now I'm with the advanced class, and my teacher is Larry B. Scott, the brother from Revenge of the Nerds, the black guy that was the gay black guy.
Yeah.
That's my teacher. He is my teacher in
Dope.
these acting classes. So I'm learning. Something may come out of it. I don't know, but it's just like with poetry. I didn't plan it. I just let God go. It's his gift. He gave me this gift,
Right.
and he'll tell me how to work it.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yo, that's beautiful. I definitely want to get into acting. I got my first and only starring role as an actor through poetry because
Okay.
someone saw me perform as a poet, and then they were like, "Yo, the emotion that you put in that, we want you to be our main character."
There
like,
you go.
I have a whole play, and the main character that we had, he just wasn't cutting it.
Okay.
And so we had to let him go, and we want you to do it. And oh, by the way, we go on stage in 2 months. I was like, yo.
Got
And
him.
she was like, can you sing? I was like, nah, I can't sing. Okay, so here's what we want you to do. We want you to write poetry for the play, and we want you to break out in
Wow.
poem instead of break out in song. I was like, yo, that's a dope monologue, right?
Wow. Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, yo, this is fire. So instead of, breaking out
like
into the
that.
song,
I like that.
I went right into a poem. And man, I wish now let me that experience. I got to tell you about the experience.
Please do, because
But-
this is interesting. I'm interviewing you now.
But the poem, man, and I pat myself on the back. The
Right.
poems were really good because
Okay.
they really express, and I'll have to show them to you after this is over. But the poems were really good, and it was about me. I was this rich guy who inherited my wife's father's car dealership,
Mm-hmm.
and I turned my back on my family and all of that stuff. And now I started to, just think I was better than everybody. And then there was this girl, she was, from around the way girl, and she started to show me or remind me who I was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then so I left my wife, and I ended up getting with her, and proposing to her.
So your poems basically were the
The
connect,
segue, yeah,
like
the change,
like,
yeah.
junction, and brought it into that when they connect.
Yeah.
I like that, and you were able to make put your own poems in there, so you knew
Yep.
how to make it. Oh,
Yeah,
bruh.
man. It was a challenge, but it was one, and they were like 1-minute poems, but yo, they hit so hard.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I'll read them to you after this.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we gotta get into that. Oh man, I like that. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you don't bring something like that out in your own version though.
So my girl Bree, she writes plays.
See,
So I'm trying to get her to write this play, and she write me in a character. It's
Okay.
on camera now. She write me in a character. Then I can write some poetry for this, and we can start. We might as well just write a play together. We gonna call
Hey.
it. Can we call it Trust Walk? Anything for me?
at
Listen.
Busboys, they give us a night of our own. I'll let you have my night to do your stage. You already seen the stage, so you can have the stage. Y'all just do it, because I haven't used it for the past 7 years I've been working it. I don't throw my own event. I let somebody, hey, look, just come in and do something. So yeah, we'll talk about that too. So if
Talk
you got the
about
play, then I got the spot for you.
All right. Hey, that's a
For the
bit.
first one, the inaugural one, however you want to look at it.
Boom.
Yeah,
Boom.
the inaugural one. That's what we'll look at.
There you go. All right, so stamp. There it is.
There
See,
it
this
is.
is listen, making connections.
That's how it works.
This is how it works,
That's how
man.
it-
Listen,
yeah.
I told y'all the first dude who believed in me, man. Dude, connections are so important in this industry, man. Talk about some of the connections that you've been able to make over your poetry run, man. Some of the people that you've been on stage with, some of the people that you have been in front of and worked with, man.
The most important person right now is Tracy Wiggs. That's the agent, the college agent. That brother and I have been together since 2000 and still running. Jeff is now part of that team. That's something. That's a business thing that I had to do. So
Let's talk about that. Talk about what business that is.
Okay, that's funny.
Give him the
Go
game.
right
Give
to that.
free game.
Okay, true. It's APCA, APCA, and NACA, NACA. These are college organizations. These are organizations that bring out talent for colleges. All colleges have a budget for entertainment. It's up to an artist to impress the campus activity boards to bring them in, and then to pay them what they're worth.
Y'all hear that? All colleges have a budget.
All of them.
How many colleges are there in the United? It's over 100. It's over 1,000. It's definitely over 1,000 colleges.
Yes, colleges and universities, but we're talking everything from 2-year colleges. We're talking everything from tech schools. I did a poetry spot at a tech school. Even tech schools have money to entertain an artist. ITT, yeah, they have. Yeah,
and listen, this is how important being versatile is. Think of all of this money that's out there from these schools, and I'm talking about thousands, because I used to go. I used to be on a tour with my boy Fred Fu and the family, and they used to go to all of the Penn State campuses. So like Penn State Fayette, New Kensington, all of them joints.
Yes,
I did that. And they was getting we was getting the bag.
Yes.
You hear me? We was getting the bag.
Yes.
And it was like 10 of us to go on stage, bust one poem, we rotate through, bust another poem, we rotate through, bust the final poem. And listen, there is money out there. There's a budget, but you got to know how to find it. NACA and APCA.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
NACA.
NACA.
Yeah. NACA, NACA and APCA, APCA.
There you go. So how do you get into this?
You apply. You have to apply to get in to be on stage. So really, you're going to send them an application, a video, and I think it's maybe $50 or $100 fee to get on their main stage. When you get on their main stage, I'll tell you all right now, it's up to $2,000 to $2,500 to perform, and that's just for an hour. So for a $1,000 where you go on stage. So that's it. Once you fill out your application, you have you're able to pick what stage you want to go on. They have different stages for you to perform, a 10-minute, 20-minute set, things like that. So for 10 minutes with APCA, it was $600. We did the 20 minutes for $1,000. 20 minutes for $1,000 to perform in front of colleges across the United States, up and down, everyone that came to this APCA organization.
So this is an investment.
Right, an investment, exactly. So each school that picked us up is over $2,000. Each school that picked us up is over $2,000. So $1,000 to perform, but this is what you're getting from each and every school. These schools pay for you your flight, your hotel, and your car.
Listen,
it's right there. Now, let's say they say, okay, here's $400 for a flight. You can go to Southwest and get that ticket. You don't have to go and get that $400 ticket. This is what they say.
First class.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna do. Trust me, some of them like, oh, nah, I want to feel first class this time. Some of them like, nah, I just want to save this money.
I want to have Jeffrey at the airport waiting for me with the sign.
It happens.
Hey, look,
look for you.
I want it all.
Yes. When they pick you up, they do it. If you don't have a car, they're going to pick you up. You will see it. It feels good. Don't get me wrong.
I want that experience at least once.
It'll happen. I feel like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's I'm putting out there myself, Jeff, Keish, and O. I've asked them to come in and be a part of me as far as this business. Now, this is what I did. I've been doing it for 20 years as far as APCA and NACA. They've seen me. The same acting. There are other poets that have joined in, and so it's a competition out there. I had to revamp myself and what I put out there, and I had to get a team. I said, okay, there's no team that's going through these colleges, universities. Let me be the first one. So I grabbed 3 hottest poets that I felt, and I had to give them a different look. You needed me over 50. The younger cats, male, female, tall, short, dreads, no dreads. I'll just say no dreads. I don't call the brother bald headed, but just no dreads. Or used to be dreads. You know how we used to do.
These backhanded compliments, y'all. Go ahead.
But yeah, you have to be different. 10 years ago, I realized it wasn't a white poet on the circuit. I went to my man DJ Dow, straight up honest. Say, look, man, there's no white poet on this circuit. I'm already in this circuit. They know me. I'm gonna revamp myself. Let's go out there like this. We took it over. So it's as a business, you can't just keep doing and giving the same thing. You have to be versatile.
Yes.
Even though I went to these tech shows, I'm doing Dead Oz Angel crying. I'm giving them what, these poems that I do. Some of them don't understand the city life, but it's to entertain them. The APCA circuit, white schools want black entertainment. No joke. No bullshit. White schools want black entertainment. February is the hottest month for me. They have to bring you out. They need some for their black students. They need some just even for the white students. I went to school, Hayes, Kansas. A young white girl walked up to me and she was nervous. I wonder why. And her crew was off to the side. She said, I'm sorry, but you're the first black person I've seen face to face. Do you mind if I touch your hair? I said, go right ahead. Something that you don't do, but the innocence in her, to see her friends over there, and there was a mumble going on. You can hear it. Evidently, as we talk later, they were telling her, you don't ask a black person. You don't ask a person that.
Yeah.
She was like, I just want to talk to him. He seems cool. I'm cool. You know what? Go ahead. Now, once she did that, I said, okay, my turn. I didn't touch white people hair before. I just wanted to make it even. So she, we had a good laugh, but you have to be versatile in a lot of different ways. You have to be ready to change yourself. And if it comes to these colleges, universities, any type of school can pick you up. 2-year college, tech school, the 4-year universities, all the Penn States pick me up. And I was just going by myself, making the money. But I had to revamp eBaby. My agent knew it and understands it. He saw it. It's like, okay, we can run with it and work with it. But these schools are very serious. And even if you're sitting here right now, you got a school in your area, get a press kit together. Press kit meaning you can send them to a video, you got a bio, and some pictures.
You need a landing page.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Something to send them somewhere to pick everything up. Some type of landing page. You don't create a whole website. Create something more than just Facebook, more than just Instagram.
Come on now.
You got to up it up to give them that professional look and tell them this is me and go to their school. Now, we're saying 2,000, hit them off with 5.
Start high and go low.
Yeah. You can go up where we are, but if you don't have that, put it like this. Sometimes you can start just like I said, you start high, but don't cheat yourself out of money and your own experience. Okay, let me start here with 5. So then the next school, you won't go lower than 5, or you won't go lower than 1,000 or 2,000. Just be ready to start marketing yourself and pricing yourself out there. I'll do a spot for $50. I'll do a spot for free, but if you're gonna feed me, and then when it comes to this, no, it's $2,000 only. But just learn your worth. Yeah. And don't be afraid to shoot out there and bargain with them. Really, well, how much would you pay for a poet to come through?
Right.
And take that.
That's the first question, man. I've learned to ask that question more when people say, "Well, how much do you charge to feature?" Tell me what your budget is.
That's it.
Because that puts the ball back in their court. Mm-hmm. Because if I told you, and I said 500, but in your mind you had 1,000. And now you cheated yourself out of $500 because you said 500 and they were thinking 1,000. So it's already like, oh shoot, let me go ahead and do that. You're like,
right, you're right.
And
you're so right.
I know I cheated myself out of that. I had a client. I was talking to him and I was like, yo, how much would you invest into something like this? Mm-hmm. She was like $300 to $400 a month, and then I was like. Now my price was only $150.
Right.
But when she said $300 to $400 a month, that told me that number one, you had $300 to $400 a month. Mm-hmm. Number two, you saw the value in this enough to put it at $300 to $400.
She saw it big
monthly.
Yeah.
You saw the value in this for yourself. So now, it's not about me. And then a lot of people, well, you know, I don't want to place a cap on it. I'm like, listen, it's not about that. This is about you. What are you willing to invest into you? How much do you think this is worth? Or then you hit them with this, right? And this is a sales tip for y'all, right? In the insurance game. If you already have set prices, right? Well, it's about $300 to $400 a month. Oh, okay. So if you thought it was $300 to $400 a month, and I only tell you it's $150, that means we signing today.
Exactly.
That means we signing today because it's not even it's not even because you had it in your mind at $300 to $400.
Very true.
And this is what you had in mind that you was going to spend. That I tell you it's $150, you think you got a deal out of it.
Yeah.
So
you're so right.
You a little pro tip for y'all.
You're so right. Yeah. And I'm sitting here going, he's right. I've done it both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me this, man. Tell me, why was it so important for you to go and get a team? Because you could just keep making that money yourself. You know what I'm saying? Some people would just be like, oh, I'm gonna just keep doing this myself. I'm gonna just keep doing this myself. What's the value in giving them more than just eBaby at this point?
Okay. When you go, we're gonna go back 5 years. Mm-hmm. So when you're making 50 shows, then you're down to 40. Mm-hmm. Then you're at like 30, maybe 27 and 19, and you're realizing that something's going wrong. The numbers are going down. What is it? You look at what's out there. Okay, it's a lot of people out here that look like me. It's a lot of poets out here that are spitting stuff different than mine, and these poets look different than me. We're black, but they're younger. And the crowd, the audience is younger from what they see and what they want to bring in. So it was important to, again, revamp myself like I did when I saw it happen. DJ Dial, come in, white dude. Now you got this duet up here, and these white schools are saying, oh, a white dude can spit, and he's rapping, and then we throw beats on it, the numbers jump back up.
Right.
They also, when you bring in the team, matter of fact, when I first started, I had Complex, Rebecca Dupas, Benny Black. It was quite a few of us out there at different colleges. So the teamwork there was, once you do good, Wiggs, our agent, can then put somebody else in there, you know, to where the school, like, you got another one. That worked that way. This team was because they kept seeing me. Mm-hmm. And my work changed, but just not enough.
Right.
You know, you're on stage for an hour. One person on stage for an hour. And I could be greedy and keep it. But if so, I would look at maybe 15 shows by myself compared to
with the team,
which it builds back up. So right now, from what Wiggs is saying, we had 9 shows, and that was just off of that. But again, they keep going back and looking at the thing. Put it back, more shows come, but the numbers go back up again.
Right.
So the investment for me, just like Prince. It's funny. Somebody said, man, and I'm only saying this, but I don't believe it. But he said, you kind of like Prince when it comes to poetry. You have to keep revamping what they see in order to keep your fans seeing something different and then getting new people in. Then they go back and see, well, what did he used to have? And what was this? And who are these people that he's bringing in? Who are they? So it's something where I had to give them me, but y'all too. And it's like, look here. Okay, now as a team, we're not just a team by ourselves. Don't be surprised that your idea goes here. You know, hey, I have this idea. Okay, well, cool. Talk to Wiz. Go make that money, because when you do that, school, we'll come behind you.
Right.
We'll come behind you. That's the whole thing to it. If I'm over here, what else do you have? Wig say, okay, hey, I'm gonna need y'all to go there. It's a business thing where I had to give them another eBaby. That's just it. That's just it. And a lot of poets aren't doing that in the college game. That's the reason I'm here for so long. They aren't revamping. They're greedy, want to keep it to themselves, and it's just me on stage and me on stage. And you see this other group come in like, So I guarantee you, in about 3 years, you're going to have agents out there coming with teams of poets.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it would only make sense, man, because it's we keep
gonna
coming back to
happen.
this word. This word is versatile, man. It's like you said,
Yep.
you're a different poet than I am. Even how you spit your poetry is more
Yes.
different than I spit mine.
Yes.
What the way that the way that I spit poetry is different than the way that Keish spits poetry. She's also a woman who has been through a lot more and is in that Baltimore area where it's like, yo, she's got her stories are crazy out of this world. You know what I'm saying? And then you got O, who again is a transformed man and has, I mean, his success in poetry, man, and the people that he know that he's connected to. I mean, it's just like boom. Now it's like there's a juggernaut of poetry out here. What we gonna do with this?
Dude, I tell you also another way I looked at it. You have motherhood poems. You have fatherhood poems. It's all this stuff that this team can talk about that I can't talk about being a mom on stage.
Right.
When I know the audience is majority women. Majority women.
Right.
That's why I needed Keish.
Right.
And I knew she was the one. The 4 kids. Twins. One set of twins.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. She got it.
Come on. You know, not to say that one woman can't tell it, but it's just she's that poet, she sees, and she's a business person. You three
Yeah.
are business minded also. Not just there are hot poets out here, but I purposely went for business minded poets who will understand the business side to this, that I'm invested not only in myself, but into y'all to take it and do what you can do with this art. Yeah. This side of it. So many people want to get into the college and stuff. You've been in it, but to actually be in it yourself, it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing, man. And I'm super grateful for the opportunity, man. And you know, again, thankful, man. Like when you're good at what you do and you go out and you make connections, man, these are the opportunities that you afford yourself because your art is respected, because you know you're able to connect with people, man.
Yeah.
Another thing, man, that I think a lot more poets need to do is I want to see a lot more poets attend stuff like you said, go to open mics and just be a student. Like when I first got here, my mission was to make myself known.
Yeah.
I'm going to every open mic there is.
You did.
Monday through Friday, I am at every Busboys and Poets
You did.
for like 4 or 5 months straight. Now, who's this dude with the backpack? No, you seen this backpack dude? This
Right.
backpack dude? This backpack Jeff dude? Yeah, that's me. And so that's the thing, man.
That's what I said in the beginning, though. You got to get out there and hit those spots.
Yeah.
Hit those spots and you're saying exactly what you asked me.
Yeah, and you have to do. And so now what I'm doing is, now that things are definitely opening back up now for sure, but I'm looking at open mics in Philly, in Delaware, in North Carolina, in Virginia. Like I don't mind taking a 2-hour drive to go rock this mic. And then here's what I do. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all free game right here. Ready? This is what you do. If you travel into these open mics, and you know in an open mic you only get one poem or 5 minutes,
Right.
and typically that's going to be one poem. They're
Exactly.
probably going to cut you off. Here's what I do.
Exactly.
When I go to Atlanta or something like that, I send them a nice message. I go, hey, listen, my name is Backpack Jeff. I'm coming all the way from Maryland. I saw your open mic. I love what you have going on. I'm sending a DM right to the person
Yes.
who is the host of this joint.
I know where you're
and you
going
can
with
find it on Eventbrite. You can find their name. It's on the flyer. You can, however, find it. All right. Hey, my name is Backpack Jeff. I'm coming all the way from Maryland. I love what you got going on. I know traditionally, you know, poets only get one poem when they go up and perform, but because I'm coming from so far, I would love to at least do 2 poems or get a spotlight. Is there any way that we can make this happen? I promise you it's going to be worth it. My work is great. Here's a YouTube link down at the bottom so that you can see a poem that really resonates with people. Would love to hear from you. Send them that joint. And before I get there, they're like, oh, yeah, man, this was good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Would love for you to do 2 poems. And then what they also do, I know they do this, is they go on your page and they see, do we have any mutual friends? Who are my mutual friends with this person? If I see, oh, E-Baby, he's friends with E-Baby. E-Baby's following him. Orville's following him. Keish the Linus is following him. Such and such poet is following him. All right, these are people that I know, that I rock with because I'm following them. And if they following them,
I hope they writing this down.
I hope they're writing this down.
Or right now, just take your cursor and click on the time mark. So you can go back and okay, it was at that many minutes. Boom.
And look, and if they rocking with them, then I know I'm gonna rock with them. So let me go ahead and give them an extra time. And that's what I did when I went to Atlanta, bro. I didn't have no feature, but
Right.
I went there. I was there on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and at Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I had no idea who these people were. These people didn't know me, but they got up there. I went on the open mic, and they let me do more than one poem. Everybody else did one poem. They let me do more than
That's why
one
you
poem
do it.
because I sent that message. And you can copy and paste that joint, keep it in your notes, and then just put in their name. Hey,
Change the
listen,
name.
Change the name. That's it.
He's so right, because if you're coming that far away, and you're going for that mic, you don't want to walk in there and then try to pitch yourself.
Right.
You gotta pitch yourself before you even get down there. Because
Right.
walking up on the hosting it's a job. You're trying to maintain the list. You want to make sure that you're respecting the list, that they don't realize that you keep sliding people in. Oh, I thought I was next. You don't want to be that type of host or have that type of which word I'm looking for is a bad thing. That you don't want that hanging over you. You know what I'm saying?
That energy. Yeah.
Something like that. You don't want to be that type of host. But when someone emails you and you actually do the work and see them coming, know they're coming, you'll give it up. I've had poets do that for busboys.
Yeah.
And even when they walk in, I listen to how hard they're pitching themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want to say begging. It's more like, look, I'm good. I'm this. I'm that. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And I've taken chances like,
shouldn't have did this one. Yeah.
But some, you can. But the best way to make it a lot easier on the host, that is so business minded.
For sure, man. And what I do also, the last thing you got to do, don't be big time. Go in there and introduce yourself. Hey, how you doing? My name is Backpack Jeff. I'm the one that sent you the message on Instagram. Just wanted you to, just wanted you to put a name to the face and stuff like that. I can't wait to perform. Have a good show. I appreciate you.
It's professional.
And that makes them feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like I read, man, in the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. Call people by their whole name. Man, that makes it call them by their name. I know you as I'll tell you this. Me and my girl, when we go out to eat, I'm bad with names. I'm horrible with names.
I'm the worst.
But now, when we go out to eat and we got Kevin as our waiter, hey Kevin, how you doing? Hey Kevin, can I get this? Kevin, can I? And as opposed to, excuse me, sir, and I just keep repeating their name association. So the more I repeat their name, hey Kevin, how you doing, man? Oh, how's everything, y'all? Oh, Kevin, everything is good, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. This has been a great experience, Kevin. And so that literally makes ask them next time you go out to eat, call them by their name and just say, do you like being called by your name, as opposed to excuse me or hey you.
I'll give you that.
Ask them.
All right, so but can you use that on like use over somebody's house and you met, you was at a party. But when you left, you're gonna forget that person. But the whole time you go, so Kevin, how things going? Hey Kevin,
I do it all the time.
For real?
I do it all the time, bro.
I was like, hey man, Backpack Trickman. I mean,
I do it all the time.
Eric, right?
Bro, I do it all the time because I'm not gonna.
But I like that though.
I'm not gonna remember it if I don't. Or what I do, it's called name association, right? So I need to associate your name with something that's familiar to me. Let's say if I met someone named give me a name.
See, that one was too easy because I associate that with popcorn. We already know that one.
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Okay. Rebecca. How am I going to remember the name Rebecca? Let me see. What would be my name association with Rebecca?
Because she's new to your job. So this is Rebecca that she's new to the job. And hello, everybody, I want you to meet Rebecca. Okay, Lord, it's a new name. How am I gonna remember this lady?
All right. So I have to now find something about Rebecca, right? Let's say if she has on something red. Okay, Rebecca with the red shirt, Rebecca. Okay, when I see her, I'm thinking I've associated her with red shirt. So when I see her, oh, that's the lady with the red shirt, Rebecca. Her name's Rebecca.
You know what? this might be true, but I don't know if it's racist. But they said black people are good with nicknames to remember a person's name quick. And you just said her red shirt Rebecca.
Red shirt. Hey, so now she's red shirt Rebecca. So or she's red watch Rebecca. Now, oh, okay, that was the lady with the red watch. Red watch Rebecca.
See?
So
Okay.
I do it like that, man. I went to this dude. He was teaching a course about it, and he was like, if I named a whole bunch of states, you wouldn't remember them. But if I named this Georgia, this Florida, this Massachusetts, that Rhode Island, you will remember it because it's like Georgia, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. It's what you associate it with. So that's how I remember names.
Pretty much like you do your poetry. What you associate was going to come
Yeah,
next.
absolutely,
it's some type of
man.
memorization.
Yeah, because my memory sucks.
Yeah, mine too, but for certain reasons, at certain times.
Well, look, I got this dent right here, and it was from a concussion when I played football. I caught a pass, and I hit the back of my head like that. And I think that has something to do with it. I don't know. It hasn't been proven yet, but I think that's what, and that's how it started.
Without the helmet?
Right there. No, I had the helmet on. Damn. Yeah, I had the helmet on, man. I was knocked out like this. He was like, Jeff, get up. I was like, nah, nigga, I can't.
Did you score? Or did
No,
you catch it?
It was on the fourth down. Yeah, I caught it on the fourth down.
Okay,
I caught
so
that joint. Boom. And then I opened my eyes, and I'm telling you, my trainer, he was God. Right? He was like, Jeff, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And so we went off. We did concussion protocol and stuff like that. And I passed it. They told me to do my months backwards. They told me to count from 100 backwards by threes. I was able to do that because I'm smart.
There you go.
But I had a concussion like crazy, and I still went back in the game. It was like, you remember what play it was? I was like, yeah, it was 4th and 10. We ran this play. I ran over the middle. I caught it. I hit my head on the back, and I'm telling you, it felt like being high. Like everything felt like a dream from that moment. I was like, yo,
a headache and all that.
Oh my God, it was bad. I was out for the whole next week. Like when we came back from that game, I was out the whole next week. And then the next week, luckily we had a bye week. So I took that whole week off, and I took half of the next week off, and I practiced on like that Thursday, Friday. Then I started the 2 weeks on a Saturday. Yeah, man. Would you let your kids play football? Like if you had kids, would you let them play football?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
I mean, yeah, you can get hurt you can't get hurt in any sport, but I mean,
you can. You can't get hurt like you can in football.
Right. I was looking like golf, them other types, sports.
You can pull a muscle in golf. Man, you ever been to the golf driving range,
can rip the
man?
back.
You tear that back, nigga, it's over.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Look at Phil Mickelson and Tiger, man.
So table tennis, you hit your thumb off the end of the table.
You
Okay.
throw that shoulder too hard, it's dislocated.
My dad and them let me play. I broke my leg. I went back and played. I mean, the whole thing the game's changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole hitting and all that, they're making it safer for kids as you get older. But I would, if that's what he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I would. I wouldn't scare him out of it or anything. Not at all.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so man, we on the business end, man, of poetry and being an artist, man. I want to talk about this because I want someone else's opinion on this particular topic, right? There are a lot of artists who have like paintings and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to support these artists, but this is honest, right? We're in a place where we're being honest. Mm-hmm. Someone has a painting, and they say $700, and I'm like, okay, let me find out who this person is. Let me find out where this stuff is, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay $700 for this. And I asked, how long have you been trying to sell this painting? How long has this painting been on sale? Been for sale? It's been for sale for about 5 years. And so my thought is, if you have a painting that's been for sale for 5 years at $750, to me, you should probably drop the price on it, because I'm thinking of it like a house. Now, art doesn't depreciate like houses do. Art appreciates. It doesn't depreciate, depending on the artist and all that other stuff. But so I'm like, if you haven't sold it at $750, why not, take the price down a little bit and then see what it's worth? What do you think about that? Do you think that artists that should take their prices down, or do you think they should stay firm at what their price is?
I've seen them play both sides. Me personally, I'd work a deal. I would work a deal because that's just me. Just like I said, when it comes to this poetry game, you know, I'll work a deal with, I guess, if the event, if they aren't charging tickets, then cool. I'll come and do it free. You give me a plate of food, and that way I can then sell stuff, and I'll make it that way. So I guess if I was an artist and I completed something, and if it wasn't sold, then I might manipulate it. But some of them I probably wouldn't. I can understand them saying, no, this is that price
because this
is going to
one
stay
means
there.
something to me. Yeah,
Right.
I get it.
Right. So I would I play both sides of the fence. I would play both sides of the fence due to my artwork or that piece right there. I guess I'm pretty sure all of them are just one of a kind, so it's not like, you know, the Prince after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen artists who stay at $3,000 for a piece. My artist Rashada, her pictures are not cheap, and I've seen her tell people prices, and I've seen people walk away, and then later on I'll see her post that picture was sold, and artists, they're patient.
Yeah.
Very patient with their work, and someone might come through and actually buy it. And then again, they have to get those art galleries and go to places that have that money to pay for that type of
You gotta
work.
put yourself out there.
That's what I would have to do. I would have to go to Atlanta, go to Cali, New York, these spots that are
Art districts.
artsy. Yeah. I can't just keep going to open mic spots and try to get a person just came in, just wanted to spend dinner and maybe buy a $10 book and try to get them to buy a $500, $400, $700 painting.
Right.
So yeah, it's all in the way I put myself.
Yeah. So here's my thinking of it. It's like I would rather sell 10 pictures at $100 than one picture at $1,000. And the reason why I say that is because more people are going to see it if I sell 10 at 100 than one at 1,000. Because if I sell one at 1,000, it's only going to be in your house. But if I sell 10 at 100, and these are just numbers, people.
Right.
I'm not saying it. If I sell 10 at 100, it's going to be in your house, her house.
But you had
his
to,
house.
okay, so you made a print of it.
I'm saying these are different pictures.
Oh,
these are the quote unquote one of a
like
kind.
I'm thinking like that one picture.
Yeah. That's
And
I'm
then
saying.
you do the print. I can understand if you did that and then do the prints and then sell those at 100, but you still had that one main one.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm
Would you do it
saying.
that way?
I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Like, let's okay. So let's say you have one picture at like $500, right? And it's a picture of this plant, and you have another picture at $500 and a picture of this couch. Another $500 is a picture of their fish tank or whatever.
Right.
I would say, let me take those down from 500 and let me put them at maybe like 200, because if I haven't sold one of these at 500 yet, I'm gonna put each one of them down to 200, because then you can get one, you can get one, you can get one. You know what I'm saying? And now that's 3 paintings that I have that are out there, as opposed to I can't get one at $500. She can't get one at $500, but you can get one at $500. So you buy this one at $500, but then there's only the people who you allow to come into your space, you know, wherever you have the painting. Let's say it's at your house.
Right.
Only the people that come to your house are going to see this.
Right. Okay.
But what about the people that come to my house? What about the people that come to her house? You know what I'm saying? There's going to be more eyes on my work. Where'd you get this from?
Right.
Oh, okay, I seen that BPJ before. Then I go to your house. That BPJ, I seen that BPJ before. You know what I'm saying? Now I come to my house. Damn, I didn't been to houses, and I keep seeing this damn BPJ signature at that bottom right corner. Who in the hell is this BPJ? So that's just my thinking of it, is that you get it to more, and then now you get to a point where you can say, you know, and some people like Rashada, she's at that point where she can say, I've sold over 5,000, not prints. I've sold over 5,000 paintings and what do they call those, commissions? You know what I'm saying? It's out to more people, so your numbers are, you know what I'm saying. Now there's a
I agree.
It's jacked up. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you 100%. I do, and that's where I was bringing up the fact that maybe if you do prints of it,
Right.
you know, those prints are out, and that's where how you're getting the people to buy. I guess getting that range down here. You know, they're not going to pay $500 for it, but they would pay $200 for a print. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, make it that way. So then that your work is getting out, and maybe that same one constantly gets out and all that. But no, what you're saying is exactly right. You have artists who don't negotiate, and they're not going to bring their work down, and money does walk away.
Yeah.
Money does walk away.
So like you see that big giant tiger picture over there?
I was loving that when I came in.
That's a $300 picture. Not many people would have paid $300 for that.
Okay.
They have that same picture that's this size at $150.
Right.
Now, see, you might do this at $150, but me, I'm obsessed with big cats.
Right.
So $300 that's a steal for me.
I'm looking at it like $300.
Yeah. So, and it's glass too. It's glass. So like somebody bought me that same picture, but they bought it for me this size, and I was like,
What?
oh my God, thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it's not the one that I wanted, because when I saw that one, I was like, I need that one. Like I have to have that. I want this joint big as hell, over exaggerated. So when you walk in, you see that joint, that beast when you walk in. If you might miss it if it was that size, but there ain't no way in hell that thing is 5 feet.
But they
inches.
kept it at that price. They kept it at the price they wanted, and then turned around and made prints for those who came.
Right. Yeah.
So it's many different ways to do
Right.
it. It's many.
Yeah.
You stick with your price. Somebody will pay for it.
Yeah.
If not, you figure out, okay, how can I get this out at another way, another
Right.
form.
Yeah.
But man, that's a nice. That thing nice.
That's my baby right there.
Yeah.
Man.
He about big as me, y'all, and I'm 5'8".
Hey, listen, for real, that
So
joint
y'all
is-
know
that
how
joint
big it
huge.
Yeah.
That joint is huge, man.
Did he wink? Okay, nah.
That's the weed talking.
Yeah.
All right, look, y'all. Man, give us some last words, man. What would you tell artists, man? What should artists know going into poetry, man? And what are some last encouraging words, man, that you would give to these poets?
What you should know is it's not easy. Listen to your heart. Listen to yourself. You have a lot. Your friends and your friends and family will boost you quicker than poetry will. And I say that because you have poets out here who, I'm going to quit my job. I'm about to read a book. I'm about to do all this. It's about to blow up. I know people are saying I'm this, I'm hot, I'm hot. I'm like, look, trust me. If you can keep your job, please keep it. But let this be your part-time job until it's actually blowing up. The brother said he has to send, you have to send an email to these people just to go down there and spit on the open mic. And then you had to come back down and maybe to get on the feature. That's money. That's money. So what I'm trying to say is, before you quit your job, this poetry is hard. $100 for a feature is at an open mic spot. You'd love that. You would. But you would have to do that every night. Every night you would have to find just to make the 700. But you remember you had the gas, food, so that's going to come down. Before you let the crowd hype your head up, before you do anything else, learn the industry. Learn jokers out here that see where the money is. Like we said, colleges, universities, you can live off that. It won't be long unless you keep revamping yourself to stay in it. That's the only way I was able to stay in it. But my main advice is oh man, don't throw it out there just yet. Take the steps.
Strategize.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
And see what other poets are doing. Talk to other poets. Don't get big-headed, because you can be knocked off quick. You can be knocked down very quickly. Poets even, we talk. We talk amongst each other like, nah, don't mess with that one. You know, poets, you can get banned from a poetry spot. This game, this life is serious.
Seen it happen.
When you go, if you're approached by somebody and they say, I don't have any money, but you can come on stage for opportunity or what's the other word? Exposure.
Exposure. Oh man, love the word exposure. I ain't got nothing to pay you, but you gonna get some exposure.
No.
Talk about exposure real quick.
No. if you know they have a DJ, they paid that DJ. If they're at a venue, they paid for that venue.
Listen.
If they have tickets to come in, they paid for tickets to come in. For some reason, a lot of people believe poets don't need to be paid because they're like, we're just entertainment, free entertainment. No. All right, you only do the exposure that you feel comfortable with. Like if it's family or a good friend, or like I said, if it's free and you know you're gonna get something back by a meal, something you get something. But let me tell you, when they say exposure can't feed you.
Listen.
It cannot feed you. You can do your own exposure on IG. I go on the street corner and expose myself with my own work. Don't let them pay you with exposure.
Listen, let me tell you how this just happened to me. I know we said we was ending it, but listen, I got that's it. Look, let me tell you. Somebody just told me they asked me to come up 4 hours away. I'm not gonna say where because they asked me to come 4 hours away, and then they asked me to do a poem there, and I'm like, okay. Do you have a budget for this? Because remember, like I said in the beginning, what's your budget for this? Mm-hmm. She was like, well, you tell me what it costs, and I'll tell you if I can afford it or not. Well, I was like, okay, how much time do you want me, on stage? I was just thinking one poem. So you want me to come 4 hours,
what?
Do one poem, and you're asking me to do this pro bono. Like, are you charging for this event? Yes. Are other poets getting paid for this? Like, I don't, because what they'll try to do is they'll try to not pay you. Mm-hmm. They'll try to see who they can get for free and then pay the other people. Are other poets being paid for this? Well, I don't know yet. Okay. And I said it probably wouldn't be worth my time to come 4 hours to do one poem. You're not going to get. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna get the best me off of one poem.
I'm already upset.
You know what I'm saying?
I said, I'm mad at myself. For
4 hours. For a 4 hour drive. So I finally see the event, brother. This person is charging $50 a ticket.
What?
$50 a ticket, E.
See?
So you mean to tell? See? Come on, man. Let's do quick maths, right? 20 tickets. You sell 20 tickets at $50. That's a band
right there. Right there.
That's 1,000 right there. So that's only 20 tickets. So if you telling me that you got money, you got a DJ. There's no way this DJ is coming out and bringing all of this equipment.
Nope.
There's no way.
Nope.
It just don't make sense. This ain't no recurring event.
Right.
So this is an event.
Yeah.
This is an event. This ain't a recurrent. If it was a monthly thing, then I'd be more inclined to do it because this is an open mic. You know what I'm saying? So this is recurring monthly. You know what I'm saying? If
give me something to come up there for.
Right, yeah. If somebody asked me to come to Philly or Jersey, right, for an event just to come, I'd be more inclined to do it because they do it monthly. Mm-hmm. But no, this is an event, and you're charging $50 for a ticket?
Yep. And you expect me to be free?
No. No. There's no way. Not for exposure. I don't need that much exposure. You get to a point in your professional career where I don't have to take $50 and $100 features no more. Mm-hmm. I don't have to do it. I think I've gotten as humbly as I can say it. I still will take that if I believe it's worth it. I still will.
But like I said, it's when you want to.
Right. Yeah. I still will. Mm-hmm. I don't have to anymore. But the price went up because I've opened for Musiq Soulchild and Chrisette Michele. The prices went up because I've been on stage and I've been to nationals, and that doesn't mean much. But it went because of the things that I've done. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So this whole exposure thing, man, be Be smart. I remember talking to O, and he was like, "Yo, I give myself a certain amount of free shows that I'm doing every year. Mm-hmm. It's about three to five free shows every year that I'm going to do.
Okay.
Other than that, you're going to get my rate.
Right.
Is what you're going to get.
Right.
And if you can't, work that rate, I understand. Let's talk about what you can work. Let's talk about maybe you can't afford $500, which is my rate, but maybe you can afford $300 and you can put me in a hotel because that's different money and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Or you can $300 and we're going to take care of your travel and your food. Hey, the hotel and the food. Okay,
I'm there.
okay, and
Yeah.
people who are putting on these events, some things you think would go unsaid, right? Some things you think you don't have to say.
Oh no, you got
right, but you got to say it.
Yeah.
When you have an event, it is customary if you bring a feature in that they get a free +1.
Oh come on, man! I gotta bring.
Listen.
If my guests get charged, I'm not coming in.
Man, I had to pay $40 for my girl to get in an event where my picture is on the flyer. My name is on the flyer. My name sold tickets.
Oh nah.
I had to pay $40 for my girl, and they tried to get me to pay. Dude, no. What? What are y'all running here?
I really wish that was me.
What?
I wish that was me. Some things you gotta handle like.
Yo, what are y'all running here? Nah, you can't get me to do
Really?
this again, bro. So now listen, and I thought that I would never have to say
You got to
this,
put it in the contract.
but
What you gotta
I
say.
get a +1 or whoever wrote. Man, I had my boy Mike come down. He rolled in with like 3-4 people. Listen, all y'all come on in. Man, I got a whole section for you right here, bro. I'm gonna take care of my feature.
I'm gonna get.
I got you.
It's the feature. Yeah.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Here to see me. There's some
Right.
people who
You
don't
drove
know me
4
just to see me.
hours. You drove 4 hours. I get, you need people to drive because y'all leaving at 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
And you might need to take a quick nap, just rotate drivers. You know what I'm saying?
But you're a poet. You understand that. Those
Yeah.
people who try to get you for exposure.
Man, they don't understand it because they're not
They
artists.
don't.
Yeah.
But
they're
you
not
know,
artists.
a beautiful thing that you said when you said as far as you do the prices. If a poetry spot, legitimately only plays this much, I won't hold it against them.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
where you
Yep.
go. It's like busboys and poets. They only pay their features 100. Okay, so I'm like, hey, look, this is all they paid. I know you're worth more than that, but this is up to you to go from there. So yeah, sometimes you go, okay, you got that, and how many people? Well, then I get your max, and I got that audience, and I can sell, I can do whatever. Yeah, come on in, you know.
Right.
But yeah, you got to do your homework though. You definitely got to do your homework.
Got to.
Man, oh man.
Crazy experience, man. Look, all right, y'all. Man, that's all the time that we got for today, man. Thank you to E Baby for coming out, man, and rocking with us,
Appreciate
yo,
you, bro.
and giving us free game, man. Listen, I hope y'all were paying attention, yo. Go back and listen to some of these points my man dropped, man. Listen, we dropping jewels. You know we giving you the game, man. If you want to get out into them colleges, man, he told you how to do it. Go out there and just do the research, man. We gave you what you have to do. Now you just got to go out and do a little bit of work, man. Listen, this has been another episode of In My Bag with Backpack Jeff. Until next time.